So this video is going to just show you some extra tips before inviting students into Google Classroom so that you are the expert. The first thing I'm going to show you is if you go into classwork and on your keyboard, if you hold down Control F, a little window pops up and you can search for resources. So let's say it was an assignment that you were looking for, but it had a specific name. You can look for it. If it was a digital citizenship resource, you'll see that it highlights it and it makes it easy to find things by keywords. So that's Control and F. And if you're using a Mac, it's Command and F. So that's one little useful trick for you to also share with your students and how they can find information. The other thing is if I go back into my main page, so I'm going to go into my classes, and I really love this course and I want to use it again next year because it has some great information. So I'm going to click on this little icon right here with the 3 dots, and I'm going to copy this course. And what this will allow me to do is to reuse this course in the next year and, of course, revamp it as I go. And I may want to add a new year to keep myself organized. I may want to add a new room because I'm probably in a new room, and I will copy this course. So everything on my previous course that was already done in June will go into a new course for September. And so it's creating at this moment, so it might take a few minutes or just a moment of our time to create this course, but it's a really good trick or a really good way to not have to recreate everything from year to year, but just carry things over and also revamp as you go. So that's just something else to consider. Just while we're waiting, if you ever have any sort of Google Classroom related questions, I did include a link in the handout that includes some tutorial videos that you can always access for further information. So now I'm just going to click on, I'm just going to show you something. In classwork, this is our copied course. So this is the new course we just created from our last course. If I go to classwork, if you notice, everything is in draft form. So all those things that I shared before is in draft form, meaning students cannot see this. So this is great because I might not want my students to see this yet. So when I finally am ready for them to see it, I'm going to go to edit, and then I'm going to assign it or schedule the assign. And then it is only when I do that, then it's going to show up in the stream for my copied classroom. I'm going to go back to my other class, the one that was my original class, which is this one, and I'm back into it. Now this is the last little tip I'm going to share with you. See this little icon right here? It's called the G Suite training extension. And why I love this little icon is because if I'm using any sort of G Suite application, if I'm using Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Forms, Google Sheets, Google Classroom, if I click on this, I can simply ask it a question like getting started with Classroom. So if you didn't love my tutorial, you can always check out some more tutorials about how to get started with Classroom, how to add videos, whatever you want to search up here, it's all going to stay. I'm going to just show you here. It's all going to stay within these applications. So for example, if I click on it, and it will show me a little pop-up window and it will tell me how to create. And that's how you would have that. So how do you get this little Chrome extension? If you are in your Chrome browser or on a Chromebook, if you go to Chrome Web Store and you just Google it, you'll get right into here. And if you notice, there's a little feature here called DP Web Store. These are all of our apps that are board supported right on over here. You can always add these to any Chromebooks, or some of them are extensions, some of them are websites, like Screencastify is a really great one. That's what I'm using to record this video. But let's say I want to look for the G Suite training. I would just type that in here. It would come up in here because mine's already on here, but normally you would say add to Chrome, and you can add it, click it, and then you would have this little icon show up on every sort of, see, it's in my Google Docs as well, right here, and you can always see that. So that's just something to consider for yourselves, and I hope these tips have been helpful to you.